Good evening, I'm Ryan Graham. Thank you for joining us. The Ontario government is investing more than $1.2 million into revitalizing 3 cultural and community facilities here in Thunder Bay. The funding delivered through the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund will support projects at the Francophone Centre, the Vita Cultural Centre, and the Thunder Bay Museum. Justin Hardy reports.
The largest share of this funding, $928,000, is going to the Cooperative Centre Francophone de Thunder Bay to replace its roof, renovate its multi-service room, and expand its community hall. The upgrades will allow the not-for-profit to improve services and programs for Franco-Ontarians across the Northwest. Centre President Claudette Gleason says this support from the government means a lot more than just the upgraded facilities.
The roof was definitely symbolic, but this centre really shows for us is the love, the camaraderie, the fact that we are able to live in the language of our choice in French in Northwest Ontario.
The Vita Cultural Centre will receive $194,000 to replace its roof, install an energy-efficient HVAC system, and improve accessibility. President Dr. Prashant Jani says the centre serves as a hub for newcomers, helping families and students settle into the community.
As a welcoming to everyone, a non-profit organization in Thunder Bay, we proudly support Southeast Asian newcomers and share their rich cultural heritage with the broader community through the vibrant events and festivals like Festival of India and Festival of Colors.
The Thunder Bay Historical Museum Society is getting $100,000 to replace 2 boilers, ensuring the building remains energy efficient and properly climate controlled for events, exhibits, and educational programs. Executive Director Scott Bradley says this project is essential to help preserve the collection.
The system that's in there now, we suspect has been there since the 1960s. And so really we're looking to upgrade that system to a modern system that's very energy efficient and be able to keep preserving the historic building that we're in.
Thunder Bay Atikokan MPP Kevin Holland made the announcement Thursday. He says the investments will ensure residents have safe, accessible gathering places while strengthening Thunder Bay's cultural and economic vitality.
So in Northwestern Ontario, there's Thunder Bay being the hub. This is a center for these cultural organizations to provide services to their communities all across Northwestern Ontario. And without, as I said earlier, without this funding, they're at the risk of having to shut down their operations, which would have impacted some of the cultural programming that they're providing to the members of our communities. So it was very important to invest in this.
Justin Hardy, TBT News.
The chair of the Anishinaabe-Aski Police Service Board has tendered his resignation 1 month after he was charged by the OPP with impaired driving and dangerous driving. Frank McKay has had a long career in First Nation leadership, including as chair and CEO of the Windigo First Nations Council. According to NAPS, McKay notified the board about the charges against him and offered to take a leave of absence. But instead, the board decided on August 27th to suspend McKay due to the criminal charges he's facing. McKay tendered his resignation on September 4th. The media release points out that McKay is presumed innocent until the case goes to court and that the board is committed to transparency and accountability. NAPS Vice Chair Jason Batiste will now serve as acting chair of the board. September marks a new beginning for many students, but this time of year isn't always easy. Many young adults struggle to transition to a new normal, starting university or living independently for the first time. CTV's Vanessa Wright looks at ways to manage the autumn anxiety.
It's a season praised for its cozy comforts, but experts say fall can change our mood as much as it does the scenery.
The transition from summer to fall means, less sunlight, cooler weather. We spend more time indoors. Although I would argue that, fall in the Maritimes is, kind of my favorite season in many ways. It is a time where we start to nest down a little bit.
As psychologist Dr. Brent McDonald explains, the season can be stressful for young adults, especially those making the transition from high school to post-secondary.
Things like, moving away from home, moving away from that core family support that you might have had and core friendship supports to new friends, new situations, new towns in many cases, or new provinces.
Dalhousie students say their rocky start to school has stirred feelings of anxiety.
I moved here from Toronto just about a week ago, and I was supposed to start classes this week, but because of the strike with Dalhousie staff, we haven't been able to start, and we don't really know what's going on. We haven't gotten a ton of information.
But right now we're just trying to keep our mind off it, do what we can. Yeah, spend some time outside.
Dr. McDonald says it's important for youth to practice mental toughness and embrace the fear of taking a risk.
And then once you've gotten into that, what happens naturally is you develop resilience. You develop that sense of, if something doesn't go the way I wanted it to, that's okay.
And some advice from those with more life experience.
Take it as a new beginning. You are starting something new. So be energetic, be ready for that, and embrace the change.
Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
The RFDA and Bay Village Coffee have announced a new fundraiser that will support the food bank's Building Hope project. It's a collaboration between the coffee shop and 5 local artists. The new fundraiser, Mugs and Masterpieces, starts on Monday and runs until October 17th. Each week, Bay Village will spotlight one of the local artists. The shop will be offering raffle tickets and small prints of the featured artwork for donations of $10, $25, or $50. Donations of $25 will also get you a free coffee, and $50 will get you a free specialty beverage. It's all in support of the RFDA's expansion project, which is still more than $1 million away from its $1.5 million fundraising goal.
What's really interesting and I think is really cool is that it doesn't have to be only monetary donations that people give. We have artists jumping on board using their talents. We have wonderful business people in our community using their talents. So everybody giving what they can is how we're going to make it to our goal.
Here at Bay Village Coffee, we've always been about giving back to the community, finding creative and different ways to be able to help out in the community and make a difference. And so I talked to Bruno Niederer and found out about the campaign and how much money they still need to raise. And I thought, well, you know what, we could probably do something.
You know, food and art always goes well together. I've learned that from the start. Artists are very much in foodies too. So, and it was such a wonderful partnership. You know, we can help in any way that we can, and I've always done that, and I always enjoyed, and I was very honored to be asked.
The roar of jet engines was replaced by cheers and laughter as teams competed in the annual Wasaya United Wayplane Pull, challenging teams to pull an aircraft weighing 26,000 pounds for over 50 feet. The competition had 3 speed divisions: fastest, medium, and sportsman time. There was also a prize for the most spirited team. Manager of Marketing and Communications, Wasaya Airways, says the event attracts all different kinds of teams and is a great bonding experience for everyone.
We have 17 teams registered this year, which is amazing, and each team is from all different aspects. So we have OPP, we have BMO, we have students, we have everyone, a little bit of everyone from all different areas and ages and fitness levels, so it's a lot of fun. Anyone can pull the plane.
Of course, like any opportunity to fundraise to help out people in the community is a great opportunity, but then also this event in particular is just so fun. I've never pulled a plane before. This is my first time doing it, and we just did our first plane pull. I'm super exhausted, but it's a really great way to get out in the community and also support a huge part of our community, which is the Indigenous youth.
The funds raised will go to United Way community programs and the Northwestern Ontario Indigenous Youth Achievement and Recognition Awards. The Thunder Bay Drug Awareness Committee hosted their 12th annual Rock and Recovery Day at the CLE Coliseum. The event celebrates substance use recovery with recovery stories, live music, and information community booths. Emma Chilton reports.
The community came together for an event dedicated to addiction recovery, bringing hope, resources, and support to individuals and families affected by substance abuse. Chair of the Drug Awareness Committee, Rock and Recovery, Stephanie Diebold, says the event also aims to reduce the stigma of substance abuse.
Besides being a celebration for people in recovery, it also helps to reduce stigma. A lot of substance use stigma exists in society, and by celebrating and bringing people together with music, community activities, and having a nice place to celebrate that together is important to reduce stigma. And that's what Drug Awareness Committee is all about.
The event offered over 50 community and mental health organization booths that residents can visit for information and resources. There was 6 storytellers all sharing their experience with addiction and recovery. Storyteller Eileen McGonigal shares why she wanted to tell her story about addiction recovery.
My understanding and what I've come to know is that I can't keep what I have if I don't give it away. So sharing my experience and what recovery has brought me shares a little hope with other people that are suffering it or people that have family members that are suffering. I just wanted to share the message that recovery is possible for anyone.
Storyteller Rhonda Mackey told us why she shared her story about being a parent of a daughter who struggled with addiction.
It's been a long road, and being a parent of somebody who is in active addiction can be very hard at times. So I really wanted to tell my story of going through that, and now coming out the other end. My daughter is now 466 days clean and sober and doing really well, and I'm just excited to be here with this community.
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health issues or addiction, they can go to the Thunder Bay District Health Unit's website at www.tbdhu.com/mental health supports. Emma Chilton, TBT News.